Shalom, Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His word. And family, I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And let me ask y'all a question. Aren't y'all so happy to be an Israelite? Think about this. How happy are you that every morning when you wake up, you don't have Gentile issues to worry about? And especially if you are in this truth. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. And Father, thank you. Thank you. Y'all better thank him. Y'all better thank him. Now, family, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump right in this one here tonight. We are going to be reading from 2nd Esdras chapter 4. We're going to read the whole chapter. Now, why are we reading this here? Because we're in the last days. And I told y'all, we are going to speak about the things that are pertinent to the last days. Our brothers, our big brothers gave us so much material to just to go through, to rummage through. Gave us so much. They left all the breadcrumbs for us to follow. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, it is such a blessing to be able to follow those breadcrumbs. So now, in 2nd Esdras, he is having a discussion with Uriel, one of the Most High's appointed angels. I need y'all to understand our relationship with the angels before we get into this. So family, please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. And we are going to start off at 1 Corinthians chapter 6. I want everyone to see and understand the relationship that we have with angels, where we are versus where they are. All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. I speak to your shame. It is so that there is not a wise man among you? No, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren? Okay. So why did I read all of that right there? Because first and foremost, it tells us that we will judge the angels, letting us know we are above the angels. Now, we see all the things that they do. We have read of their power. Some of us have witnessed their power firsthand. And yet, we are greater than them. You have heard all of the descriptions in this very book that we call our Bible. We have heard of the magnificent things. We have heard of the glorious things that these angels have done, but yet we are greater than them. So I'm not playing here tonight because I'm coming to let you know what you are. I need you. Listen to me when I listen to what I'm telling you. I need you to unlearn the things that this world has taught you. I need you to take off the wetsuit of guilt and put on this white robe that the Father told us that we need to wear. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you here tonight through Ezra. So now let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 1. We're going to read this one all the way through. And I'm telling y'all right now, there are going to be things that we read here tonight. You're going to be like, I cannot believe what I'm reading right now. I'm telling you. Watch. I'm going to prove it to you as we read. 2nd Esdras, chapter 4, verse 1. And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer. Now, do any of you know what the word Uriel means? What it means? It means the light of God. The light of God. So, in order to see something, what you need light, right? In order to be able to see. So I need y'all to understand, first and foremost, that Uriel means the light of God. That is going to mean something as he is having his conversation with Esdras. So this is a literal discussion between Esdras, which is Ezra, the same person, and the angel Uriel. All right? Verse 2. And said, thy heart hath gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou can comprehend the way of the Most High? So Uriel is like, wait a second, now hold on, you're Ezra. All right, your heart, meaning everything about you, you're going a little bit ahead of yourself. You're thinking way more than you're expected to think, because now the things that you're thinking is surpassing the things that the Father has laid out for you. Now, is there anything wrong with that? The answer is no. Why? Because Ezra is like, hold on a second, I'm more than this. I'm more than this. But as you watch, as Uriel is trying to keep him at a certain place, watch, you're going to understand this as we're going through. As we're going through this here, you're going to realize Uriel, and I want you to pay attention to Uriel and his attitude towards Ezra. You're going to see this here. Watch. Let's continue. Verse 3. Then said I, yea, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to shew thee 3 ways, and to set forth 3 similitudes before thee. So Uriel came and told exactly why he is there. That's going to mean something coming later. He said, I'm coming to show you 3 ways of something. 3 similitudes, so three things that are similar. Watch this, verse 4. Wherefore, if thou canst declare me one, I will shew thee also the way that thou desirest to see. And I shall shew thee from whence the wicked heart cometh. So now Uriel is saying some stuff now. He's like, all right, so yo, if you can answer me these things I'm getting ready to show you, yo, I'm going to show you the things that you want to see. I'm going to make your time worth it. Ezra, I'll make your time worth it. You all go watch this conversation. This is mind-blowing. Verse 5. And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past. Stop, because you cannot just read past that right there. You cannot read that regularly. No. What is Uriel saying to Ezra? He said, first and foremost, now Ezra, let's go ahead and read this again. Let's read this nice and slow. So now Ezra is like, okay, he accepted a challenge. Ezra accepted a challenge. He's like, all right, Lord, now go ahead, come on. And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of fire. So he's telling Ezra, tell me, what is the weight of fire? What's the weight of fire? Now I'm going to ask you, did you even know that you could weigh fire? Let me ask you this question, because I know there's so many of you out there with your smart asses. They're like, yeah. What do you weigh fire with your smart ass? What do you weigh it with? Yeah, shut that down fast, didn't I? Then what's the next thing he asked? Watch. Watch. Or measure me the blast of wind. Measure me the blast of wind. Tell me, what was the velocity that wind came there just now? First of all, where did it even come from in the first place? Woo! Because in order to weigh something, guess what you got to have? You have to be able to hold that thing physically and be able to weigh it. Now, for those of you who, again, wanted to be a smartass or whatnot, as you already know, their Doppler radar doesn't even get it correct. Their weather measuring instruments, as we all know, they are what? Estimates. We all know that, don't we? Yes, we do. So even these Edomites, with all their technology, can't even get the weight of fire. They can't weigh that. They're not even able to accurately weigh the blast of wind. Now, this next one right here, this is the one. Watch this. Or call me again the day that is past. So in other words, you're able to bring the past back. We're able to go back into the past. So an angel will be able to call the day again. But hey, day, the day that passed, come back here. Because that's what he's insinuating. He's like, I'm able to do this. I can do it. But can you? But just even think about that for a second. We can actually call back a day. We can have a day physically come back. Now that's power. Not only that, but it's able to be done. All praises to our Father. You ever heard of a deja vu? Oh, my goodness. All right, let's continue. But before we even go on with that, let's just get and go. Verse 6. Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such things of me? Ezra was such a smart ass, and guess what? So is the Most High. We get it from our Father. He's a complete smart ass. He's like, why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me? You know I can't do that. Verse 7. And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea. Let's read that again. Listen and pay attention. And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs are above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise. Stop. That's why I started laughing, because I knew what was coming. First and foremost, number one, what dwellings in the midst of the sea? Oh, you mean the things that everybody is showing right now? Oh, you mean all those TikTok videos? All the things that the world news will not show, the governments and their news media will not show, where these people are taking these adventures, going out to Antarctica and things. They don't care about anyone's laws or anything like that. They're like, you know what? Screw this. And they are getting actual footage. They're getting actual footage of dwelling places in the sea. Entire cities, electricity and everything down there. Beings, a whole civilization, an entire civilization in the midst of the sea. But now none of you will believe it. Why? Because all they have to do is put one phrase on there and it will discombobulate anything that you possibly saw. It's called AI. The great deception, grand delusion. AI is doing that, making you question everything, making you doubt everything that you see. Here it is that the Most High is now beginning to reveal all of these marvelous wonders about the world that he created. But these people and these world governments said, put something out there that's going to make everybody question everything. And it's called AI. The great deception. Yep. You don't have to believe me. Let's continue to read this here. I'm not done. We're going to stay in 7 here for a second. God's perfect number. Imagine that. He put this in verse 7. And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep. In the beginning of the deep, the springs, the very same springs that we read in Genesis, where the Father was like, before the rain fell, the springs that watered this earth. All over. Not just below. Watch this. Or how many springs are above the firmament? Those windows of heaven. Right up there. Water that comes right up out of the sky. Not even from the clouds. But from the videos and everything that I have shown everyone in the past, when they send rockets up or whatnot, what do? They hit water. You can hear the water. You can hear it. But now, this next part, watch this. Or which are the outgoings of paradise. Stop. Paradise. That's where Yahushua told the thief. He said, you will be with me in paradise. You can get to paradise from earth? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hold up now. Let me get a drink. Let me get a drink. Did Yahushua, did he or did he not say, because today, you will be with me in paradise. So, they died on that cross and went to a physical location. They went to a physical location that you're able to get to from earth. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder why they have parts of the world that you can't get to. No wonder why they created a treaty that said, no, ain't nobody else can come here. Nobody else can come here. There's a reason why in the Grand Canyon you're not able to go there, why 90% of it is cut off. There's a reason why you can't go to CERN, Switzerland. Excuse me, Geneva, Switzerland. I just gave it away. CERN. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. You starting to get it? All right. Verse 8. Peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell. Stop. Wait a minute. Hell? Oh, you can get to hell too? Neither did I ever climb up into heaven. So now this is saying that, that these things are actually possible to do. Why? Because Uriel is saying, I'm able to do these things, but he's looking at Ezra and be like, now, you can't do this no more. You used to be, but you can't do this anymore. I'm showing you these dwelling places. I'm showing you these things, but you can't do it no more. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of this lesson, pay attention? Pay attention to the way that Uriel is talking to Ezra. Them angels got a problem with us. They do. They don't like it. They don't like us. They don't like us like that. They jealous. It is what it is. And you're going to continue to see this. Watch this. Watch. Verse 9. Nevertheless, now have I asked thee, but only of thee fire and wind. He said, I'm only asking you about fire and wind. Watch. And of the day wherethrough thou hast passed. He says, so now I'm asking you about, first and foremost, the day that you already lived through. You already lived through this day. And I asked you about the fire and the wind. Those are two elements that you are used to. Watch. And of things from which thou canst not be separated, and yet canst thou give me no answer of them? He's like, now, for one, you're familiar with these things, man. You are familiar with these things. You're familiar, but you can't answer me, man. What's the problem? You're aware of these things. What's the problem, Ezra? Smart ass. What's the problem, man? Let's continue. Watch. Verse 10. He said, moreover unto me, thine own things and such as are grown up with thee canst thou not know. There's certain things that you can know, certain things that you can't. There's certain things that you're supposed to know right now and certain things that you'll learn about later. Stay in your lane. Verse 11. How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest? And the world being now outwardly corrupted to understand the corruption that is evident in my sight. You can't even understand the basic things that you deal with every day. How are you going to understand the things of the Most High? And this is what Uriel is saying to him. He's like, how can you understand the things of the Father, man? You can't even comprehend the daily things. You can't even go back to the day that you lived. So how are you even trying to understand anything that the Most High is doing? But watch, verse 12. Then said I unto him, it were better that we were not at all, than that we should live still in wickedness and to suffer and not to know wherefore? So Ezra has a problem with this wickedness that he's living in right now. He's like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this wickedness. It was so much better for us to just be dead.
I am not suicidal. I do not wish to harm myself. My mental health is copacetic. If anyone attempts to convince you otherwise about me, I'm in danger.
It's like, man, hold up. Why don't you just kill us? You just kill us. Then for us to have to deal with this wickedness over and over and over, he has a problem with the wickedness. Shouldn't he? Of course he should. Verse 13. He answered me and said, I went into a forest, into a plain, and the trees took counsel. Now I need y'all to pay attention to this. Verse 14. And said, come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, and that we may make us more wood. So now Uriel is like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. He's like, now, what if the woods and everything, right, was like, yo, let's go fight the sea and conquer the sea so there could be more woods, more space for us, right? Watch this, verse 15. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel and said, come, let us go up and subdue the woods of the plain, that there also we may make us another country. So now he's saying, now the sea is contending against the woods and saying, let's go ahead and bombard the woods and give us some more space, right? Verse 16. The thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it. The thought of the floods of the sea came likewise to naught, for the sand stood up and stopped them. If thou wert judge now betwixt these two, whom wouldest thou begin to justify, or whom wouldest thou condemn? So now Uriel is Uriel's like, all right, he gave him an example, he gave him the similitude. He's like, now, if the wood was to say, I'm going to go to the sea and start a fight, and then the sea says, I'm going to go to the woods to start a fight, which one of them are you going to justify? Who was right? Who was correct in this situation? Watch what Ezra says. Watch this. This is why I love Ezra. Watch this. I answered and said, verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised, for the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea also hath his place to bear his floods. So now, here is what Ezra is saying. Ezra is like, first and foremost, why would you ask me such a stupid ass question? Because the trees go into the ground because of a root system, and the water is contained by a basin. So why are you asking me something so damn stupid? Do y'all see the relationship between us and the angels? They treat us like we're dumb. They treat us like we're stupid. And they have every right to. Why? Because of the decisions that we make. I need y'all to pick up on this. I need y'all to see just why Uriel is talking to him like this. Now remember, we are above the angels. We are above them. We are even going to judge them. But in this state right now, we're dumb. We're stupid. And Uriel is making sure, because Ezra is a very smart man and beyond intelligent. But that Uriel is like, yo, listen, man, you know the state that you're in. But Ezra is getting annoyed because he's like, first and foremost, nigga, I know I'm more than you. Watch what happens next. Verse 20. Then, did we fit? Yeah, we stopped there, right? Verse 20. Then answered he me and said, thou hast given a right judgment, but why judgest thou not thyself also? So Uriel was like, okay, good. You gave me a right answer. But why are you not doing this here for yourself? Why are you not judging for yourself? Verse 21. For like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth, and he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the height of the heavens. So Uriel is like, yo, first and foremost, so now, just as we talked about, stay in your lane, because you are asking about things up here that you don't have no business asking about. You don't have no business asking about the things that's going on up here, because you can't even tell me about the things that's going on the earth. So in other words, stay in your lane is what Uriel is saying to Ezra. Verse 22, watch this. Then answered I and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, let me have an understanding. So now, what just happened? Ezra was like, Uriel, move, move, move. Now I'm going to my father. He got annoyed. He said, now I beseech thee. Now, Father, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you now. I know that you speak through your angels. I know that, but he's being too much of a smart ass, and I'm coming to you. Now I want to talk to my father. That's the connection that we have with the Most High. Ezra was a bad man, yo. Ezra didn't play no games. Ezra like, yo, I'm sick of talking to y'all. Move, move. I'm going to talk to my pops. I don't need you to talk. Move. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, this is, watch. Let's continue. Let's continue. Verse 23. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things. So now he's getting on Uriel. Like, first of all, that's not what I was talking about. I'm not even talking about that. Mind your business. Let me read that again. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily. He's like, yo, I'm trying to talk to our father to get a better understanding of the things that's happening down here. You see that? Because between us and the angels, there's beef. That's why, like I said, I get so annoyed when some of you be like, oh, look at that nigga. When me and King Gino be talking about the angels, we seeing the chariots and stuff in the sky or whatnot. Oh, y'all worshiping that. No, we not. We know better than that, you dumbass. We know better than that. Stupid. Let me read this again. Verse 23. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily. Namely, wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations, and why the law of our fathers is brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect. So that's why he was going to the Most High. He's like, all right, so Father, I'm coming to you now because I'm not trying to understand what's going on in heaven and stuff like that. That's your dwelling. I get it. I'm just trying to figure out if we are who you say we are, why do you have our enemy with their foot in our asses? Why? If we are these people, then why are they banking on us like this? Why are they banking on us like this? Why are they making money off of us like this? Why is it that we are the most talented people on this planet, and yet we don't run Hollywood? We don't have a Hollywood of our own. Why is that? Why is it that we are the ones that you gave the world to, but they're the ones running it? Why? That's the question that he asks. So now with Uriel, as you see, Uriel did not have the understanding, showing you that angels don't have the power that these world governments told you that they have. They do not want you to know or understand that we have a relationship with them. We have a brotherly relationship with them, all the way down to a sibling rivalry that we're reading right now. And remember, we're stronger than they are. Let that register in your mind there for a minute. Yeah, let that register. Let that register. Verse 24, and we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy. Come on now. Now he going right back to the curses. He going right back to the curses. Everything that we read up until right now, we can read in the curses as well. Verse 25. What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked. Now, for the past several weeks, have we not been talking about the Most High being like, yo, y'all better make sure y'all put respect on my name. You better put respect on my name. Where do you think we get it from? Where do you think we get this from, man? The Most High said, you better put some respect on my name. Watch this. Watch. Let's just continue. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away. Let's read that one more time. Watch this. And come on. What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked. Verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou search, the more you look. The more you look, the more thou shalt marvel. The more you look, the more you are going to be completely amazed and astonished. The more you look. And the more that you look, this world is going to want to die. The more you look, the more this world is going to want to die. So, let me ask y'all a question. First and foremost, did we or did we not have a discussion? Did we or did we not talk about these damn Epstein files not being shown? What is Trump throwing everything out? He's throwing everything out right now. Martin Luther King files, Malcolm X files, all the files of the CIA, they emptying everything out right now. Emptying out. This is the 100% truth, and you can't deny it. And you're reading the scriptures that's talking about it. They want this world to die fast. Don't let them niggas know who they are. Once they know who they are, once black people start finding out who they are, there is going to be such a tyrannical, and when I mean tyrannical, there is going to be a tyrannical overturn on this planet, not just here in America, all over. And you're watching it now. And you're watching these governments begin to panic. So the very last thing that they have to do, they have to go right back to what Ronald Reagan said September 1985, which we went over here already. There has to be an outside universal threat. We talked about this long before I mentioned anything about 3i Atlas. We talked about this years ago, and here we are today, right here, 2025, and they're talking about this damn alien invasion coming. All praises to our Father. All praises to our Father. Verse 27, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. This world is full of sin and sickness. But let's read that first part again. But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee. So, I'm sorry. No. Go back. Verse 27. Excuse me. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. What was promised to the righteous? The world. Us owning our slaves. Us coming into our full power that God gave us. Us walking with Yahushai. Us ruling with Yahushai. Us governing the world and all of the world with Yahushai. What else comes? The information of knowledge, wisdom. Because now we know that there's more than the 7 continental system. We know of all of their old maps. We know about Tartarian technology. We know so many things now, and it is still being poured onto us more and more and more and more every day. And it takes those that are paying attention to see those things, grab it, report on it righteously, and tell the people, and have absolutely no fear in doing it. No fear whatsoever. Regardless of whatever people want to call you, regardless of however people want to make fun of you, regardless if they want to say, hey, you know what, yo, that nigga is on drugs. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. You have got to have a backbone when you bring out this truth, and you cannot care what people are going to think about you. Verse 28, now I'm going to read that. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction is not yet come. You say, woo, baby, baby, baby. Oh, now we getting into these last days. Let's read that one more time. But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me. So now I'm going to tell you the things that you asked me about. I will tell thee, for the evil is sown. So the evil is in there. The evil is in the earth. But the destruction thereof is not yet come. And you know exactly what that's talking about. That's talking about when Yahushua returns. Verse 29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. I'm gonna read that again. Then cannot it come that is sown with good. So in other words, these things have to happen. And if those evil things are going to happen, then the good has to happen. As I always tell y'all, balance. The Father is always going to balance things out. He's like, yo, first and foremost, I am going to send the evil on that planet. But then when I send the evil, I'm also going to send the good. Because when it comes to the Father, for every action, there is a reaction. That's why he tell you don't sin. Because when you sin, guess what? There has to be a reaction, which is punishment. Verse 30, for the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. And how much ungodliness hath it brought up unto this time? And how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? Now, threshing, that's when you separate corn from its stalk. So in other words, the harvest. This is talking about the harvest. This is talking about when Yahushua comes and blow that blast of fire out his mouth, and that scythe, the sword, is coming and is going to kill who is going to kill. Those that remain are the ones that were righteous. Because when Christ comes, he's coming to blow his breath. He's going to blow his breath and destroy everything. The things that survive have a chance. Because there's even going to be some picking out even after that remnant is left behind. I'm telling y'all, that's why the Father, when he told us don't sin, he meant it. He told us don't sin, because if you do, there's a consequence for that. So don't do it. All right. Verse 31, ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed have brought forth. Think about that for a second. So it says that the seed of evil was planted in Adam, and then it grew ever since. Who put that seed there? That's all I'm going to say. Verse 32. And when the ears shall be cut down, that's the harvest, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill? Now, we already know it's up to the what? The horse's what? The horse's bridle. Up to the horse's bridle. Up to the horse's bridle. Blood. Blood! That's what this is talking about. Verse 33, then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our eyes few and... let me read that again. Because that's not, it says years, excuse me. Then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil? So he's asking them, it's like, yo, first and foremost, wait a second, when is this going to happen? And how long are we going to survive on this earth? And that's what he's asking them. How long are we going to survive? Now watch this. Remember that he just asked this question. How long are we going to be here on this earth? I need you to remember that. Place that in your mind. I'm planting a seed. Verse 34, and he answered me saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest, for thy haste is in vain to be above him. for thou hast much exceeded. So he's like, first and foremost, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Do not try to go before the Most High. Do not try to go before him. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's in vain. It's worthless. So now, how many videos have y'all seen with these brothers out here getting these Edomites and other nations to kiss their feet? Did not the Most High say, wait for him? Did not the Most High say, wait for him until they do that? But yet you got these Israelites out here that's doing that right now. Oh, the shame. Oh, the shame. The Father made it clear. And Uriel is telling him right here, don't you go before the Most High. Don't you do that, nigga. It's in vain. It's vanity. Guess what comes with that? Death. That's a promise for that ass. Don't you go in front of the Most High. You do what he tell you to do. And that's it. Verse 35. Did not the souls of the righteous ask question of things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion when cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? I could have sworn that we read that somewhere else before too. I could have sworn we read in the book of Revelation. So let's go ahead and go there. Let's go to the book of Revelation chapter 6. The book of Revelation chapter 6, let's jump down to verse 9 because that's where it is. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Revelation chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, because now this is the part that you need to pay attention to because these seals are being opened all over the earth. And we are living in these days right now. Oh, this doesn't get any much better than this. Watch this. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Oh, right up there in them chambers, just like we just read. So wait a second, time out. You mean that those souls, they have a place to live? Those chambers, they have a place to live. They got a place to live. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. So a new heaven and a new earth. So in other words, we're going to be moving. Because we have houses there already. Oh, in paradise, that same paradise that we're able to get to that we read earlier. So those very very same souls chilling, being like, Father, when we going down there to go tear something up? When we going? Let's read this again. Verse 35. Did not the souls, so now we're going back to 2nd Esdras 4 and 35. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion when cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? Wow. So there's people up there right now being like, I cannot wait to get back to earth because I'm coming to kill. I'm coming to destroy. Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 14. Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 14. And yet there's so many of you that's still trying to get these people into our kingdom. I can't understand the stupidity behind that. There's people with whole lessons. Let's be nice to the other nations. Please, let's be nice to the other nations because we just cannot live without them. We want them in our kingdom. I'm telling y'all right now, for every last one of y'all that want to foolishly follow behind those people, you're dead right along with them. You're dead right along with these people. And I can't deal with you. You're an idiot. Verse 36. And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure is fulfilled. Now, most people will not understand what he just said there. Now, we both know, first and foremost, it just meant, we talked about the balance. The Father said that everything is balanced. I tell you that all the time, that this world is about balance, right? So now, the Father told us that there was a cup of wrath that he's going to pour out. Let's read this one more time. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until he said, measure be fulfilled. That cup of wrath, right? So look at this right here. So let's just say there's this cup, right? Starting right here from the actual base of the cup, coming all the way up, has been us sinning on this planet. We've been sinning and sinning and sinning on this planet. And then the Father said, I'm not touching that cup. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not doing nothing to that cup at all. Just let it fill up. Just let that cup fill up. Let it fill up. And then what's going to happen? There's going to come a time that this cup is going to go ding. And the Father's like, yep, ready. I'm going to pour all that sin right back out. Right back onto you. I'm going to take your sin. I'm going to pour it right back onto you. That's true balance. That is true justice. That is why the Most High is a just God. He's like, you brought this on yourself. You brought all of this on yourself. Our God is a just God. Yep. Verse 38. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, even we all are full of impiety. You know what that means? That means we are waiting and praying for the reward, for our revenge. We want it. We want to be avenged. Let's read that one more time. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, even we all are full of impiety. We want you to avenge us, Father. Come on. Father, come on, avenge us. We ready to go home. We sick of dealing with this. We don't want to deal with this anymore. We want to go home. And we're the people that's seeing this with our eyes today. Verse 39. And for our sakes, peradventure, it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled because of the sins of them that dwell upon the earth. So he answered me and said, go thy way to a woman with child. Well, I read this several months ago. This is so funny. So, I'm sorry, watch this. He answered me and said, go thy way to a woman with child and ask of her when she have fulfilled her 9 months in her womb, that may keep the birth any longer within her. So in other words, he said, go to a pregnant woman, right? And on the day that she's to give child, be like, go ahead and wait another couple of weeks. He said, go up to a woman and say that her face. Like she will scratch your eyes out your head. Watch. Verse 41, then said I, no, Lord, he knew better. That can she not. And he said unto me, in the grave, the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman. For like as a woman that travaileth, maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them. Do you understand what he's saying? The Father's like, the earth has an allowance of death that it takes. The earth has an allowance of sin that it will allow to be on it. Everything has a time. Everything has a time. Everything has a buzzer. It's going to be like, ding! That's it. That's it. The earth is pregnant with sin. And she is about to give birth. I don't think y'all understand what's getting ready to happen on this planet, man. Her stomach is swollen with nothing but sin. Yeah. You better hope you protected. You better hope that you are protected. Verse 42, for like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them. From the beginning, look, what thou desirest to see, it shall be shewed thee. Then answered I and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, and if it be possible, and if I be meet therefore, shew me then whether there be more to come than is past, or more past than is to come. So he's like, if I have favor with you, Father, then I'm going to need you to show me more. I'm gonna need you to show me more. Now, remember what Uriel did. Uriel was like, yeah, nah, that's all you get. He went right around Uriel like, nigga, get out my face. Father, I'm gonna need you to show me some more. I'm gonna need you to show me some more. I'm going to need you to show me more. So let's go ahead and continue. Watch this. Verse 46. What is past, I know, but what is for to come, I know not. I'm gonna need you to tell me the future. I need you to tell me the future. I want to know what the future holds. I want to know what the future holds. Tell me. Tell me, Father. I gotta know. Watch this. Verse 47. Watch what he says. And he said unto me, stand up upon the right side, and I shall expound the similitude unto thee. You see how Uriel was trying to hold back? That's the faith that we have to have. Like, Uriel, get out of my face. Father, I need to know. Show me. And what the father say? The father, like, yeah, there it is. That's the persistence in my children. They just don't stop there. They want to know more. Oh, my children in them last days, oh yeah, they are going to have such a thirst for this knowledge. They're going to be like, okay, yeah, no. I'm not stopping there. I want more. I want so much more. Father, give it all to me. That's what we're going through right now. All praises to our Father. Watch this. Verse 48. So I stood and saw, and behold, an hot burning oven passed by before me. And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. He wanted to know what happened. The Father showed him the very last day. He showed him exactly what was going to happen. What is that right there? That watch. Let's read this one more time. After this, there passed before me a watery cloud. I'm reading verse 49 now. And sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drops remained still. How many floods have been on this planet here just within the past couple of months? Did y'all pick up on what's happening right now? Did I pick up on it? What did he show him? He showed him the day of the Lord. That blast that comes out of Yahweh's mouth. He showed him that. But what is he saying here though? He said, now after that first blast, watch, let's just read it, watch. Verse 50. Then said he unto me, consider with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops. As the rain, so we talk about all of the consumption of the rain, right? Rain, the big rain is more than the drop, right? Yep. Now consider that drop, talk about a drop. And as the fire is greater than the smoke, but the drops and the smoke remain behind, so the quantity which is past did more exceed. That's the remnant. He came through with the fire and water. That he's talking about destruction. I sent the fire and the rain, and guess what? There was some that remained after. That's the remnant. Do y'all see what happened? Ezra survived. He's like, yeah, you will be standing in the last day. That's many of us that he's talking about here today too. Many of you like, yo, yeah, y'all gonna see it. You're going to see the blast. You're going to feel the rain. You're going to be consumed. You're going to be around it. What did we read last week? Everybody was going to feel the fire. And he said it was going to be just as bad as the survivor, but it's going to be worse for the one that died. That was Ezekiel. This is Ezra. As I tell y'all all the time, the Bible says the same thing over and over and over. It doesn't matter where you go. Let's continue. Let's go watch this. Oh man, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Verse 49. After this, there passed by before me a watery cloud. Oh, we just read that. We just read that too. Verse 50, verse 51. Go down to 51. Then I prayed and said, may I live. Thinkest thou until that time? Or what shall happen in those days? So he wanted to know more. Now the Father already gave him some. What's going to happen after that? What's going to happen after that? What's going to happen after Yahushai comes through? What's going to happen when Yahushai and his angels come through and destroy all this? What's going to happen after that? What's going to happen after that? What's life going to be like after that? He answered me and said, as for the tokens whereof thou askest me, I may tell thee of them in part. I'm going to give you those things. I'm going to let you know about all that. But as touching thy life, I am sent not. I am not sent to show thee, for I do not know it. He wanted to know what happens after that time. Like, I don't know what's going to happen after that. That ain't for you to know. Mind your business. That was that seed that I wanted to plant there again. Remember, because Ezra asked. He asked. And then he wanted to know more, and the Father put a cap on him. Nope, stay in your lane. Back up, Ezra. You can't know that. But I'm going to give you the things that you ask for. Ask and you shall receive. But there's sometimes that God is going to say, no, that's none of your business. You can't know that. Just do what I'm telling you to do. Just deal with the things on earth. Just deal with that right now. Everything else is going to come later. Just deal with the things on earth. Y'all have such a big problem dealing with the things on earth. Y'all are trying to understand all of this here, but y'all can't even take care of the things that's happening down there. This is why I don't debate people. This is why I don't get into arguments with people, because there's no need. I have enough trying to understand the things that's given to me. That is keeping me busy enough until the day I die, if I do. Many of you should be sounding like me right now, too. Everybody should be busy with something in this book trying to figure it out. And if you're not, then what are you doing? For real, what are you doing? This whole book is for us to explore. And I'm telling you right now, yeah, I am actually working on but guess what, family? It's our Sabbath. It's our Sabbath. So you know what that means, right? It is time for us to rest. And I just want to let each and every last one of you know I love you all and thank you so much. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening to me for this little bit of time. But I just want y'all to know, guess what? We're getting ready to go home. Our Father is on his way. And I love you guys. Today is our Sabbath day. You have to rest. This is a part of the major 10. Do not ignore this day today. This is our Sabbath day. Rest.